So my funniest moment with Pastor Joseph, or funniest moment with Pastor Joseph. How many do I have? I'm just gonna go with the latest one, the most recent one. I would say when this was during the 3 days of fasting, so I was in the same car with Pastor Joseph. The car was already tight. Pastor Joseph was sitting next to me, sitting on me until I could not move any part of my body. Everybody in the car, I could notice, even because the fact that when Pastor Joseph left the car, someone told me, I know you're uncomfortable. Everybody in the car could notice that I was uncomfortable except for Pastor, because Pastor was eating. So I tell you, my hand, my leg, everything, I'm like this, sitting down. Pastor Joseph is eating. I don't want to say anything. I'm just like trying to make some small sounds, like to see if Pastor Joseph will notice that I'm uncomfortable. He did not notice, I think, until maybe 30 minutes later or 25 minutes later. I was just there in that position for I don't know how long. So honestly, I don't even know. So after that, that one was just over here making me laugh, because I was just there uncomfortable, but I'm just smiling like, when is Pastor Joseph gonna notice? Even after that, when I figured out I was uncomfortable, he don't ask me, have you eaten, something like that. He asked me, have you eaten? He knew I've not eaten, but I was like, are you hungry? I was like, nah, I'll just eat the pizza that we have later on. Pastor was like, no. He's like, he made this mission that I must eat his burger that I was eating. I was like, Pastor, I'm not hungry now. It's not my fault. I think it's not my fault, but like, I was like, it's not hungry. Pastor, please, I don't want to eat that burger. It's from Tim Hortons. I don't like it. I don't like Tim Hortons burger. Pastor Joseph made it his mission to make sure I ate it, that he even forced the burger in my mouth. At that moment, I was just like, Pastor, I don't want to eat it now. But in the moment I said that, I saw the burger in my mouth. I was like, it was by force. By that time, I had to eat the burger at that time. But that also shows how caring Pastor Joseph is and how loving he is. But that's one of the most recent funny moments I remember. So I'm just, there was another one I won't remember. Okay, another funny moment is just how Pastor Joseph is. Any meeting we have, I've not seen a meeting where Pastor Joseph does not pick on somebody. And I think I've been in Tivoco Canada for almost more than a year now. I've not seen one meeting but if I don't pick on somebody. But I think that's one of the many reasons we love him. So maybe we should keep on doing it. I know Pastor is always saying I will stop joking with you guys, I'll stop joking with you guys. I don't know when he will stop, but that's another reason why I love him, because he loves us, he loves making us laugh, he loves doing that because he does not have to do it, but he does it because he wants us to be happy. Another thing is, like, when we have our all nights, sometimes any all night, Pastor has to have a joking session maybe 30 minutes before. 10 minutes before we start. Maybe we start at 10 p.m. From 10 p.m. to 10:30, Pastor Joseph is joking around so everybody can wake up. So that's another one of many funny moments of Pastor Joseph. I cannot name any specific ones, but that's all I have. It's too many. Those are my funniest moments with Pastor Joseph.
Happy birthday, Pastor Joseph. Happy birthday. You've been an inspiration in my life. You've been like a light, a bright side of joy in my life, Pastor. And today I'm going to be saying something that I love about you. One thing you usually do when I meet you. So whenever I walk with Pastor Joseph, and you're about to meet him, like for the day or something, and once you give him a handshake, just know that handshake is going to last from 2 to 7 minutes, because I'm going to be shaking your hand for a long time. You know, I'm having a conversation, I'll be walking with him, but that handshake is still going to be in your hand. And that's not something I notice personally. I don't know if anybody does, but I notice it whenever I meet Pastor Joseph. Happy birthday, Pastor Joseph.
My funniest moment with Pastor Joseph. Now, that list is endless. Truly endless. Any moment with Pastor Joseph is funny, hilarious even. How can it not be? But to just try and remember one where I guess it was a day where the whole day was funny. I believe we were going for a recording for a TiVo Club or so. And it was downtown. So, Pastor Joseph, living in my area, which is something he never lets me forget, had told me, the time he was coming to pick my brother and I up to go to our location. And so, he had called me that morning, and he called me for reasons to this day, I don't know why, but mainly to tell me what time he was coming. But then after that, He was still on Call Me, and he was singing the Pastor Joseph version of Love World songs. And so, he was doing that and also complaining about, I think, how he had not eaten, but he had time to eat, but decided to lay in his bed because he didn't want to get up to go and eat. And that call lasted for a lot longer than it should have, because there was no reason to that call. But after that, he showed up and we were on our way to our location. And I mean, I think you can already imagine it. A whole almost 24 hours on a train back and forth to various locations with Pastor Joseph. It was endless laughter. My cheeks were hurting. We would see something and Pastor Joseph definitely had a comment to it. But it was definitely a very adventurous day. It was worth it. But I definitely won't forget that day. And then more came after that day. So at that point, I was used to it. Sometimes he'd be talking and I just zone out because he enjoys talking. Sometimes we're in meetings and Pastor Joseph says, okay, on that beautiful note. And he says that at least 20 times before he actually wraps up. But for that, we love you, Pastor Joseph. And to just keep it brief, that is or was my funniest moment with Pastor Joseph so far, because I know there's definitely more to come.
Alright, so these are my funniest moments with Pastor Joseph. Not that every moment is not a moment of fun with him, but these are just some highlights of some memorable moments with Pastor. Now, some of them are better explained if you were there in person than seeing it in words, but I'll just highlight a few of them. So first off, Pastor usually trolls me calling me T-baby, but now that has relaxed a little. I've not heard that in a long time, because when he calls you, everybody will say, hi, wife and children. Like, who are those ladies toasting you in church, right? So that was an awkward and funny moment because of the response I would give him. And I was like, they're fine, So that's one of the most fun moments with Pastor, when, you're tired and you're down and Pastor just brings up these funny topics that you don't even know what to answer them with, right? Another thing is, before whenever someone has a new post on Instagram, there's no way Pastor doesn't have a comment or doesn't troll you, either in front of you or behind your back, one way or the other. And it has happened to everyone. As if you notice, my IG page has been quiet for a long while. And you people that have posted your new post, Pastor will just be quiet. They won't say anything. They won't say anything. But like, when it's time to troll you, he will not bring it up. Let me say, there are some people, when they posted their picture with their red hair, Pastor had comment. When people said rich auntie, Pastor had comment. He didn't know about it. So those moments when we were with Pastor in church, and during the prayer and fasting, we had Reverend. We were in the car, me, Oli, Caroline, Anslem, and Jura. That moment there where Pastor no, that's another level. So moments like that, I can't really explain them except you were there in person. And lastly was another moment we had with Pastor during our retreat, and last year I believe it was, when we met up in my church, and the picture of me eating the chicken, right, that was where it was from, in my church. So we were discussing about several Bible verses and scriptures in Revelation, what happens when someone gets raptured, and how do these archangels look like them. But I think God showed me some pictures. Then I asked Pastor, when we put on the new armor of God, they said we will be transformed. Is our height going to change? That's one question I asked Pastor. And the reason I asked was because the Bible mentioned that there were giants in the Bible because of Goliath was a giant, right? And I was wondering how to go to heaven and be shot. And it's for eternity. So that's what was in my mind. Then I was thinking, Pastor, we going to be shot. And he was like, no. Because he thought of it as well, right? And he explained to me that no, because of the Bible had explained that those people were not normal human beings because of they had mates with, or they had sexual intercourse with other spiritual beings, not human. So that's why they were classified as giants. So the response Pastor gave to that was so surprising that he also had that moment of thinking of it. So yeah, these are just a few moments or highlights that I have had with Pastor. Hope you have more highlights or you had more enjoyable moments with Pastor as well. So thank you for the opportunity to share these moments. Thank you so much.